Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Cowboys going up against the Cowboys. With that, we'll send you out to Arlington, Texas. Here's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and themselves. The first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if the guy came near, tackle it. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there. And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Now Prescott surveying the field, forced out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. Here's the offense, and I don't know what more you can say at this point in his career about Jason Witten.
You just give him full respect. This is a guy who knows how to do everything on the football field. Not just catch the ball, but huge in the run game with his blocking at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, look at the juke. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Brandon, the numbers look good in week 2 for Ezekiel Elliott. Dallas at Washington. I think the fantasy guys will like it, but he had a couple of fumbles and got benched in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, had 81 yards, but you're right. 4th quarter got put on the bench, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in Big D going forward.
And you know something? That's not unusual for a rookie running back. Ball security, it's a lot different in the NFL. You've really got to take care of it because everyone is going in there raking and clawing at it because they want to force the turnover. I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Complete to Jason Witten. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
In motion left now is Beasley. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 24 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And here's the first NFL reception for the rookie Ezekiel Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll be first down Cowboys.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workout. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball. 4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the first down.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tyrone Crawford able to drop him for a loss of a couple. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Bryce Butler, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25. Yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And the wideout in motion. Here's Prescott. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And, of course, Charles, through just 2 weeks of the season, quite a few 2-0 teams. Good news for those fan bases since 1990 when the NFL made the move to 2 wild cards. Close to 60% of teams that started 2-0 got into the postseason.
And I'm going to keep it strictly in the AFC right now. Here's what impressed me about some of these 2-0 teams. How about New England? All right, Jimmy Garoppolo has been the starting quarterback. He gets hurt. Jacoby Brissett comes in, and they still win the game. How about the Broncos and Trevor Siemian? They're off to a 2-0 start. I love what Houston was able to do to get to 2-0. Exercised a big demon in beating Kansas City, who routed them last year in the playoffs. Those teams have really impressed me, and last but not least, Pittsburgh focused and beat Cincinnati to get to 2-0. Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Buying time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And then Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, Elliott fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Prescott. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Charles, how about Alfred Morris? Supposedly one of the best guys in the league, and he had a game-winning touchdown for the Cowboys against his former mates in Washington this last week.
Helped power his new team to a victory, and that had to feel sweet for him, but I don't think that he's that vindictive type. I think it just felt sweet because he helped his team win, and he had a really nice visit back in Washington with a lot of the people who loved him when he was there.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's
Terrence Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams, 57 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just a go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if a quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Being chased out left. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
And the seemingly endless drive continues.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Terrell McClain in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On now, the former Cowboy kicker, Dan Bailey. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And it'll be 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here we go.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
Those are dark. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Shift together here from the D-line. Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Davis able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Here we go.
And the back goes into motion.
Flex round. Flex round.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. 7 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
Come on, let's go. What? None. What? None. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. 38.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
bashed
that.
it.
Super toe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And you know, Charles, divisional wins always loom a little bit larger, and they especially come into play later in the season. Sometimes they count as 2.
Exactly. The team that wins, if you've beaten that other team and they have to beat you late, they need that extra one. If you already have a win over them, it kind of cancels out what they can do.
And you know who does not like divisional losses and who loves divisional wins? Fan bases. You hear a little bit more that week if you win or you lose. The chatter starts, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. And let's face it, if you're family and one team likes one team likes the other, you're going to be on the phone right away talking to your family and lording that win over them.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.